All right, Shalom, with our brothers from the Phoenix camp. That being said, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Yakakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers doing this work of truth and sincerity, man. And once again, the Spirit allows us to join together, man, to bring out this word, man. As we look into the times we're in, you know, the thing that we rejoice in the most, that we see the downfall of America, man, right before our eyes, man. We see the downfall of the economy, the downfall of the society, the downfall of Esau in general, man. You know, we got to go to Jacob's trouble. We rejoice that the Lord is bringing these things to pass. In the scripture.
This is 2nd Ezra 6, and I'm running from verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times?
That's the question that the men of the Lord always ask, man, because even the apostles, they ask, when are the times are going to come where the Lord's going to reign upon this earth, man, because that's the things that a man the Lord looks for. He seeks for these things, man. He seeks for the end of wickedness, man, because that's the right spirit to be in, man. You know, all these people talk about when things go back to normal, man, and what's normal, man? The wickedness that we're living in, that shit ain't normal. No, we don't want this to go back to normal, man. We want the Lord to come back and reign, man. That's why we're looking for these times that are coming. Go ahead.
Then answered I and said, what should be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
Yeah, and that's why we read the scriptures, because the scriptures tell us all these things, man. The scripture tells us about the end of all things and how these things are going to play out, man. If you're a man of understanding, if you're a man with a spiritual eye, you know, you can see these things happening right before you, man. So that's why we continue to ask the same question that Ezra's asked, man. You know, when are these things going to come to pass, man? That's the same thing the prophets asked, say, when are these things going to come to pass? That's the same thing that the apostles asked, man. They asked Yahushua, when are the end of things going to come, man? Because when is the kingdom going to come? That's the question on the mind of the men of the elect men. Man, most likely going to be those men. That's an elect mentality, man. Elect mentality is for Yahushua to come back, man. You know, that's the mentality that brothers got to have in these days, man. Looking forward to these things, man. They fuck this place pretty much, man. That's the spirit of the men of the Lord, man. Because when we were out there in the highways and hedges, that's pretty much what we said and prophesied against, man. Go ahead.
I got a quick precept. This is Matthew 20:16. Just going into bringing out some edification on that where it says that shall be the end of the first, man. So this is Matthew 20:16. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, a few chosen. And that's just going into the rulers that are ruling right now. Who's first in everything right now, man? The so-called white man. Esau. He has all the privileges. He has, you know, like they say, you know, we always, you know, you so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, you guys are at the bottom of the barrel, man.
Yep.
You know, you are last here in this society, man. So that's what the scripture's saying right here. So the last should be first, and the first last. For many be called, a few chosen. So now I'm going to go back into this. Then answered I and said, what should be the parting asunder of the times? Or what should be the end of the first? You know, the first being Esau's rulership, man. And the beginning of it that followeth. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand hold first the heel of Esau. And this is the point right here. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man.
God, and you read the book of Genesis, the 25th chapter, it tells you about that account, man, where Esau and Jacob were inside the womb, and they were wrestling and fighting against each other, man. You know, they were one against the other because they were contrary to one another, man. And that's why was it Rebecca? She said, "Asked the Lord, why am I thus?" She said, two different manners of people and two nations in your womb, and they shall be against another, man. That's talking about you so-called Jake, you black Latino Native Americans, and Esau Edom, the so-called white man, man.
Hey, they were scrappy since
From the beginning, they were like each other, man. From the womb. Hey, Jake had that saying, from the womb to the tomb, man. You know, so that's the perpetual hatred that you're gonna see unfold in these last days, man. Because Esau's gonna show his face, man. His naked is gonna be uncovered, man. He's gonna show his ass, so to speak. You know, because he's gonna show who he truly is, and he has been showing that, man. He's been letting him tell you what wicked device he's gonna bring to pass, and it's like, what are you gonna do about it? Basically, that's what he's saying, man. Because he had a proud spirit on him, man.
He's being crafty with everything he's doing. You know, right now that's what the scriptures say. Be sober, be vigilant. You know, because your adversary, the devil, seeketh whom he may devour as a roaring lion, man.
Devour, and that means to completely take over, man. You know, and if you get, if that, the word of scripture saying that, man, I said that if you ain't circumspect, if you ain't have being sober and sober minded in these days, man, you wouldn't get the power, man. You can't get too lax in the system, man. That's something, brother.
I got it.
So you got it.
I just got a quick one.
Yeah.
Proverbs 16:4. The Lord hath made all things for Himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Okay.
You got it.
Con, this is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. And that's basically going into you two-thirds. You know, two-thirds of you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you biblical Israelites. Woe unto you, because it says, for the devil was come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. You know, like the brother was saying, man, you know, these Edomites, the so-called white man, he's about to take his mask off. He's about to show you, okay, what he's really about. While you're sitting here wondering when everything's going to go back to normal, things are never going to go back to normal. They've been waiting for this. You know, they never like to let a good disaster go to waste, so to speak. And we know that this COVID-19, you know, is just opening up. It's just a precursor to his whole agenda. You know, these Edomites, man. You know, now they're saying, now there was a press conference with the coronavirus task force was saying that Donald Trump they had a Jacob there saying that call Big Mama, do it for your abuela. You know, don't do drugs, stay away from alcohol and smoking and what you know. You know, because now they want to say that the carriers of the COVID-19 are Jakes, are Israelites.
Yep.
So this is his agenda, man. This, you know, woe to you, man, because this is just the beginning, man. This devil has, you know, still yet to unleash his plan. But that's all right though, because the Lord got him.
God, and like you said, the brother said, man, they want to pin it on Jakes, man, and that's always been the agenda from the beginning, man. Because all that Esau does is to go against you Jakes, to go against you Black Latinos and Native Americans, man.
Oh, well, I got this.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the same chapter, Revelation 12:10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, the kingdom of the Most High and the power of His Mashiach. For the accuser of our brother is cast down, which accused him before our power day and night. So yeah, man, he is the accuser of the brethren. Okay, because you know this social distancing, man, it makes brothers not be able to go out to the highways and hedges in some states, some cities. You can't, you know what I'm saying, congregate like this. You know, some people have been, their birthday parties been broken up. This agenda, you know, that this guy is pushing, it's all ultimately goes back to Jacob and Esau, man. So, you know, Esau, he's the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of it, the following.
Man, that perpetual hatred, man, that's what it is. You know, because everything that happens in this earth, man, it's for the elect's sake, it's for the nation individual's sake, man. Because we are the center, man. We are what it's all about, man. You know, you so-called Black and Latinos and Native Americans, and you're what it's all about, man. Everything that happens is what you're about, man. Whether it be for your destruction, your punishment, or your edification, or your salvation from the Lord, man. It is all about Israel, man. Because that's how the Lord designed it from the beginning, man. Because ultimately He made Israel to rule, man. And we're going to get that rulership back, but before that happens, we got to go to that Jacob's trouble, you know, and the devil got to be brought down, man. And I got this real quick, Isaiah 47:3, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, talking about America, yea, thy shame shall be seen. And that's going to happen, man, because that's going to be one of the ways that he's going to be taken down, man. He's going to be seen as the devil that he is. You know, he's going to be revealed for the man of sin, the man of perdition that he is, man, the wicked of the earth. It says, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. That's talking about Yahweh Shai coming, when you even call Jesus Christ coming back with some spiritual powers, man, to take out you devils, man, you so-called white people, Esau, Edom, because you cannot be no longer allowed to continue your wickedness, man. Your wickedness is only going to go so far according to the Lord, man. Your bounds are only going to go so far, man. Your kingdom is only going to go so far. You know, and we're seeing the end of that kingdom as we speak, man. We're seeing the decline of the civilization, man. We're seeing the downfall of his kingdom, man. You know, the queendom, so to speak, man. You know, we're seeing all this social infrastructure and everything else coming to waste, man. And we see that, man, and we know that that's significant of Jacob, the Israelites returning back into power, and ultimately the return of Yahweh Shai, man. So you got something?
Yeah, that's it. And I quoted this. This is 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And that links up with the scripture the brother brought out in Revelation 12:12, man, because he knows that he has but a short time, man. Because if you go back and do a little research on his timeline, he went over his pretty much what he wanted to have in place by now. He hasn't done. So now he's speeding things up, man. He's creating all these these chaotic events that we're seeing, man. Because we know his philosophy that through chaos he brings order, man. And what's the order that he's trying to bring in? This is new world order, man, where he makes the masses of the people perpetual slaves, man. By putting you injecting you with this RFID microchip, man. And basically ushering in this new currency that he's already putting everything in place for, man. That's why you see the economy going the way it's going, man. That's why they're doing all this. Everything Esau does, he's been planning for a long time, man. So everything's just a power grab for him, man. So he's just trying to establish himself as that supreme power that he's trying to be, man. Like the scriptures say, he wants to be like the Most High, man. So that's why we're seeing him move so quickly, man. Me and the brother were talking just right now, and that's why you see a lot of things speeding up too, because the scriptures say for the elect's sake, those days should be shorter, man. And we're seeing that, man. We're seeing things speed up like never before, man. We have never experienced this in my lifetime, man. And I know the brothers didn't say the same thing, man. These events that are going on are unique to this time that we're living in, man, because the prophets are out, man. The prophets are out teaching the word. So the Most High has to make his word be known true, because the Most High is not a man that he should lie, man. So you're seeing the cause and effect of this word being pushed, being manifested with these prophecies being fulfilled, man. That's where you see everything being fulfilled, man. That's where you're gonna see, Esau pass this legislation to make you take this mark of the beast, man. He already got a system in place where he's using this coronavirus vaccination to keep a digital certificate of people that have taken the vaccine or people that have been cured by it, man. So you see, you have to be you have to have the vision, man. The scriptures say where there's no vision, the people perish, man. You see, but we got the vision, man, because we know what Esau's planning, man. We know Esau, hey, you're a crafty devil, man. Hey, Psalms 55, though his words be smoother than butter, war was in his heart, man. So this man's making war against you people, man. Especially you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel.
Yeah, God, man. See, the brother talking about he's making all these decrees, man, to further his agenda, man. To further his microchipping of the people, which is the mark of the beast, according to the Bible, man. That's why he's going to bring out these forced vaccinations and these FEMA camps and these troops coming around in your city, man. That's his agenda. Well, that's the Lord's agenda, man. That's ultimately the Lord's agenda, because he's using his sword, man. He's using his power of violence, his power of persecution, his power of tribulation among you Jakes to bring about his agenda, man. Because he's trying, because in his mind he's trying to get his birthright back, and the way he can do it is by killing off you Jakes, man. I got this one real quick. It's Psalm 17 and 13. It says, "Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down," talking about the so-called white man, Esau Edom. "Deliver my soul from the wicked," once again talking about Esau Edom, "which is thy sword," man, and that's the sword of the Most High, man. Esau Edom is a whipping stick that the Most High uses against you Jakes for your disobedience and rebellion against him. Going back to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, man. And we made that covenant with the Lord and we disobeyed him. So the Lord will decide to what? To put these curses upon us and discontinue from our heritage, man. To teach us a lesson. Well, ultimately, that lesson is going to be, those curses are going to be reversed and put back on Esau Edom, which is you devils, man. And that's why you see this so-called white man, he got the highest suicide rate of any people on the planet, man.
You got like 17 million people applying for unemployment, man. And that's prophesied that was going to be happening in the scriptures. I got this real quick just to back that point up, man, because these are all signs that the Lord's making this place crumble, man. We understand that he's using Esau because Esau, know, in his perverse spirit, believes that that he's ushering in this new world order, man. You know, that he thinks that he's gonna fulfill his enterprise. I think that's in Job, right? Where
Yeah.
he says, and basically that's what he's thinking, man. But this is Isaiah 19 and 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rust may do. And we're seeing that being played on the whole world, man. Basically, primarily here in America, but throughout the world too. A lot of people aren't working, man. You know, and that's very detrimental to the economy, man, because people don't got the money to spend now. People don't got money to pay for their rent, their mortgages, their car payments. You see, and that's going to build up debt, man. You know, because people now are going to go on deficit spending, where they're going to spend what they have saved up to get them through, you know, so-called retirement or all these things that they were planning for, man. So, hey, man, these are all prophetic times that we're living in, man. It goes bigger than just, you know, this cold coronavirus type of thing, man. You know, it's bigger than it, because Esau's ushering in a new age that